Hello, everybody. Preston Polt here, Pocket Jacks Comics, and we're going to be making more history today. You know, as I've mentioned before, like this channel does not get a lot of views, particularly the writer's stream. But like things happen. You know, the things that keep Larry Higgins talking. What can I say? But I have, as you know, I aggressively license out my. Oh, first, let's go. Hey, Danny, you have a project on Kickstarter right now, and there's a link in the description for anybody who could watch and just go and click and buy Cygnus Imperium.
I
Oh,
do.
you want to take a minute and tell us
Sure.
about that? All right.
So Cygnus Imperium is a super exciting Star Wars style action drama featuring, an evil empire, some brave protagonists on the run, a giant robot that punches spaceships,
There we go.
and a little bit more concern than Star Wars is about the actual, process of becoming a government in the end. If you're familiar with the writer's stream, I workshopped a bunch of issue 2 and issue 3 here, as well as the first bit of issue 4. The art is gorgeous. The coloring the art by Yarkin Sakaria is gorgeous. The coloring by Alan Bay, who Preston was kind enough to find for me, also gorgeous.
Am I wrong in saying, I mean, Voltron, right? Like a little bit.
I mean, all the references I gave were for Evangelion, and it came out as Voltron.
Okay.
But
because look, I was an '80s kid. I used to watch those commercials. Or no, not commercials.
Voltron was awesome.
They were kind of commercials, but everybody loves Voltron. But Voltron would form into this big giant robot in space, and then proceed to just physically beat things. And it kind of had like stuff on its head a little bit. I remember.
It's a little bit all over the place with design, to be sure, but it works. It differs a lot from all the spaceships, which I really like.
Yeah.
And it just opens with balls to the walls action and gets increasingly tense from there. We launched yesterday.
Yeah.
We were 50% funded.
Yeah.
Already, which is brilliant. So this is a pretty good trend. Whiskey Paint did a really, really great alternate cover. That's a Kickstarter limited edition. And there are some super sexy holographic keychains for those of you who like swag.
There you go. So link in the description. This is up on Kickstarter right now. According to Backer Tracker, you're going to bring in around $3,000 US, but I'm going to see if I can push that up a little for you. But I mean, I think that's good, right?
I think that's great. I mean, that helps pay for future production. And we've already got the art done for, like, not colored, but the illustration is done for issue 2 and issue 3 already. So we're good to go. This is sort of my project of the year. Get the story up, get the story done, finish writing the next 2 issues, do it as a trade. That's my 2022.
Awesome. All right. So you're going to have a 3-issue trade.
5. Just do the
5.
whole, like, a full arc, destroy the proverbial Death Star, as it were. Although, the story gets a bit more Dune than that. For the 5 nerds in the audience who've actually read more than one book of Dune, or are familiar with any of the stories that haven't been filmed 10,000 times. Dune is fun. I really like the politics. I really like how it's weird. And so I ended up dragging a lot of that in. And it's a ton of fun.
Dune is weird.
It's good.
I mean, the Lynchian movie from the 80s was way too trippy for me.
I love that movie. I'm sorry.
I know, and it's a terrible dude. The sci-fi series is great. It's a terrible dude. The new one is good, but it's like a twofer. So we can't even say if it's good or not. But it's gonna be in its own way possibly a terrible Dune. But like,
I enjoyed it.
They're all great.
The new movie. I thought the new movie was pretty cool.
They're all great. Dude is just so freaking weird. It just sort of works. Yeah, and when I was in high school, I read like all of the 6 books, and was very sad that Frank Herbert was dead at the end of Chapter House, because it was the only book that he ended on a real cliffhanger too, and it was supposed to be the second to last one.
Yeah.
But the whole story is so nuts and is over so much time and just gets weirder and weirder in the coolest ways. So yeah, as it turns out, every time I think about doing sci-fi, it's galactic politics.
Yeah.
But still pushing that robot that punches spaceships. So
right, exactly.
It's an interesting and tricky writing challenge, that is.
Awesome. I love it. So
yeah,
Cygnus Imperium, link in the description. Go get yourself a copy.
Yes, I've actually read it. It's really good.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Moldy, you read parts of it when I was workshopping it. You should pick it up.
Dude, I'm proud of you, man. The biggest thing you did is you said you're already writing the next, 2 issues. That's what's important. A lot of guys just
colored. I'm writing issue 4 right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys just dropped the Kickstarter, and man, they haven't even plotted out issue 2, 3, 5.
I mean, depending on which crowd we're talking about, there are some people who drop the crowdfunding and they don't know what the story is about.
Hey, sir, you better be careful. Somebody might say, your boy.
I've heard that's a problem amongst some circles of indie comics. One of the things I really consider before I actually go live with the project in terms of production is whether I know where it's going and whether or not it has an end in mind, because I don't want to leave my readers hanging. I want them to actually want to come back because I gave them something that's actually satisfying.
There you go.
Well, Danny's not telling the full truth. He's Canadian, so they're used to preparing for the long winter. So he writes the script just in case the snow comes in and there's not enough time to get the utensils you need to write.
Yeah, that's true, man. And so what I do is every summer I just gather up berries and pencils. And I just write scripts for the long haul, and I know they'll definitely survive these cold winters, 3 of snow we got this week. All of that, my scripts are still good.
Hey, man. Yeah. This is why Larry sends me what they call that, a Excel sheet of how to budget your meals for the winter.
Yeah, man, we do it right. We're survivors up here.
Yeah.
Hey, man, congrats, man. That's what it is, man. To me, the art is right, the script is right, man. Something, there's a lot of hypocrisy in CG these days.
These days.
Hey, man, all you gotta look up is a book, Preston, called "Is This You?"
All right. Tell us about name of book issue.
I love that series.
Oh man, I can't get what is that damn? I can't fix it on the damn document.
The header.
But yeah, it's basically, man, I don't have the full title, but it's basically, me and Preston were talking. It's Gatsby and Guinevere book. I talked to Preston. I told him, you've been teasing it for years, but you've never had that major conflict where you had that, the character Viviax is the main threat. You've had a lot of books where the character, they had some fights here and there, but it ain't that full blown, this is the major threat,
Okay.
All
right. Well, when in the Guinevere series, I really wanted to attempt to be feminine and to tell a feminine story because it's about a woman. It's about a beautiful woman, and I think what I dislike is that a lot of people who will be like, Wonder Woman, for instance, beautiful woman. and certainly in some rather sexually provocative scenes, particularly with like the lasso of truth and going back to all that. But she's still, when it's time to fight, she's still shown as a very physical threat. And going back to Palace of the Golden Princess, when Thora loses her magic, she can no longer really be a combat threat to Edmund, the trained knight. And perhaps that's just my prejudice, but when you do a fair amount of combat sports and stuff, you just discover and look, I had a daughter that was training up in judo. Like, women are just not they're not big and strong like men are. They don't have the body mass to go throwing things around. And,
hey, sir,
yeah,
be more inclusive, man. More inclusive.
Yeah,
here,
I
man.
understand. And like when I was watching Batwoman, with Ruby Rose, where Batwoman is just she's in the bat suit, and that's super cool. And here are a couple of thugs, and obviously she's going to beat up the thugs. But I'm sitting here, why these thugs are like 180, 200 something pounds, and Ruby Rose is like 120, and like they're doing this fine. I'm sitting here worrying for the actress, like, ooh, are you okay? I mean, like, and there's no way she can pick these people up.
Let me interrupt you. You know what that reminds me of? I've been watching Cobra Kai, man. I watched. Okay. And you see these scenes where these girls are just beating up these guys. And
it's absurd. Yeah,
it takes you out of the whole show.
I mean, yeah, I kind of like where Cobra Kai's head is at, but at the same time, they will do these 5-minute fight scenes, full contact, and at the end of the fight scene, people look totally fine, and the women are all there in the makeup, with maybe like a light little spritz of sweat on the brow, and I'm like, no.
No,
Bruce. That's how it works. Yeah.
In Guinevere, I was really trying to portray someone who does what we credit women as doing, which is being very socially influencing things. She was, like the crisis in season 2 of there's injustice going on at the courthouse. Hold on, let me convince this attorney to take the case. And she was someone who tried to, or succeeded in getting people to go along with what she wanted to do. In issue 4, when she's like, I want to go back and investigate what's going on, she convinces this werebear person to come with her. I'm always showing her as kind of influencing people socially, as opposed to doing like the Braun thing. Because
manipulation. It's every woman's superpower.
Yes.
Man, what y'all forgetting is that all these TV shows are usually sponsored by Easy Beautiful. It's Maybelline. You know what I'm saying? No woman would have bruises while wearing Maybelline. You got to understand.
True. Yeah.
So
of course, yes.
And look,
there's a joke in very bad taste about other good uses for makeup involving bruises.
Yeah. But all right, so this is issue 1. I take it, right?
Well, we can't stop laughing.
There we go.
This is what happens when you show us your face, brother.
Yeah.
And by the way, issue 1, I just want to say the look of it, Moby, I feel like your writing is coming along, because
it looks like a script.
Pardon?
It looks like a script.
Yeah, it looks like a script. There's not. Well, we're here in the description. We're kind of getting back to what I was more used to, which is a wall of text. But here in the script looks like a script. It's got these nice little discrete, paragraphs of action and dialogue and stuff. So your writing is getting better, and I applaud improvement.
Writing God, man. You know what I'm saying? People, there will be a religion after me soon, man. I will start selling number 3 pencils, because number 2 is for guys that think they're men, but number 3.
When I was a kid, I actually had number 3 pencils, because maybe I'm just like too much of a spurg, but I would put a lot of pressure on the pencil lead, and with the 2s it would just be snap. And this was in the old days where you would, every time you snapped a pencil, you would have to stand up and walk to the pencil sharpener area of the classroom and grind the pencil and then sit down.
Yeah, that was always fun, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's a sign. You got to understand, the number 3 is built for action grip, man. Number 2 is for soft-handed men.
Exactly. So there we go. So let us not be soft-handed men. All right. So who's going to narrate for us?
Oh man.
Danny's good at narration.
We are on page 3 of 40. Wow, this is a big script. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good, man.
1930s, Chicago. Gatsby holds on to Vivian's hands as they fly over the city of Chicago. Vivian is a white-haired, busty white woman dressed sexy
Yes, she
for
is.
1930s.
There you go.
Also, she is Viviax.
Yeah.
Yes.
But historically, I just want to say, during the Roaring 20s, society was kind of loose and celebratory, as we sometimes see societies going. So that's where, you had the era of the flapper, and you had a lot of, kind of loose clothing on women. But then when the 30s, we had the Great Depression, and if you go back and look at pictures of the 30s, they're more conservative, but that's fine. I just want to let you know. All right, Gatsby.
She's a wizard, though, so...
Yeah, she is. Well, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's Gatsby?
Well, you can read that, Preston. And Skinny, you can read the Viviax, man.
There we go.
I want to hear the southern twang.
Yeah.
My dear, below this full moon, they're unaware that it's our moment to soar above those below as we seek the experience of one another.
Well, you're always one to smooth talk, yet I wonder.
Wonder what, my dear?
Panel 2. Vivian stares into Gatsby's eyes as they are both far above the city towards the clouds.
I just have a burning desire to know, where do we stand? What am I to you?
I'm not sure. I'm not one to claim our fates, nor the meaning of what lies ahead, for I'm one who would rather live to witness it.
It's just that we've been...
Panel 3.
Panel 3. Gatsby kisses Vivian passionately. Side view with them both above the clouds below the full moon. Aww.
I just want to say, Moby,
I like it.
Your writing has gotten better. Like, it's a nice, clean description. It's
Yeah.
simple. Love it. All right. Page 2. Panel 1.
On the bedroom. On the bedroom.
Yeah.
Both naked. Yes. Gatsby kisses Vivian's neck with his body up against hers.
All right.
Better would be Gatsby kisses Vivian's neck. Yeah.
Vivian pushes Gatsby off of her. Panel 3. Gatsby looks up towards Vivian, who levities.
I don't know what that is.
Levitates?
Hilariously.
Yeah.
Levitates, sure. Levitates above the bed. Smoke emitting from her body. Ooh.
Oh, jeez. Oh, all right. She's so hot. She's steaming.
I do have COVID, so that explains it.
Panel 4. More Ghostbusters shit. Vivian's body is engulfed in flames as Gatsby appears to be very excited.
Okay. All right. He's into it. I like it.
I don't want to keep saying Gatsby. I mean, sure. he's into chicks with Emily.
All right. Gatsby is paraphiliac.
Yeah.
Page 3, panel 1. Viviax is before Gatsby naked, her devilish wings wide open as she faces Gatsby below.
Enough with the human foreplay.
In her eyes,
so glad
the passion from Skinny, man. I feel it.
I want to get the
harder than iron for you, darling.
My cock.
Panel 2. Viviac sits on top of Gatsby's penis as she holds over his hand. Bed surrounded by fire.
Has rubbed off on you, but all right.
As Viviac screams in pleasure. What is this, a John Lamont script?
Awesome.
Do I have to read this next line?
Yes.
Of course you do.
Skinny, it's HBO.
Yeah.
Harder. Get me with that cocker.
Page 4. Viviax and Gatsby.
I got this.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Page 4, panel 1. Sorry, I was just thinking about how I'm deeply convinced that, and I know this isn't true, Molby.
Right.
I am also very much convinced that you write things just for the joy of making us assholes read it.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's humor and torture in seeing people men read things they shouldn't be reading.
Yeah.
Right. Viviax and Gatsby are levitated as Gatsby has his hands wrapped around her waist, all right, as he still thrust her passionately. Dude, were you writing this one-handed?
I'm not at liberty to tell you what I do with one hand. That's only
Gatsby
for me and G.
is covered in sweat as the bed below and the bedroom are engulfed in flames.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Listen, it's your line.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. I'm Gatsby. This is where you come off the bed.
Panel 2. A close-up of Viviax's face as she screams loudly.
Oh, Gatsby.
Yeah.
Panel 3. This is actually a good transition, everyone.
Yeah.
Fire shoots out of the apartment windows. No, I'm serious. That's a good transition.
Yeah.
It is a good transition, yeah.
Panel 4. The entire apartment is engulfed in flames, even the very top of it, so I assume the apartment.
Nice.
So yeah, I if I'm the artist, I'm not quite sure what you want me to draw. I would guess you want me to draw the exterior of the apartment and just like, but is the whole apartment complex like coming down?
Pretty much, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, look at the next line. So,
Yeah. Page 5.
yeah.
Page 5, panel 1. Firefighters outside of the apartment are attempting to put out the fire.
Yeah.
Panel 2. Viviax looks to see if Gatsby is on the bed beside her still naked. Is he? The room's still engulfed in flames.
Gatsby?
He's gone, man.
She asks as the room burns down around.
Yeah.
I'm offended you would do that to me, Preston. I thought we were better than that.
What's that?
Whose line is it? Is it Viviax's line?
Yeah. It's
Oh, yeah.
Gatsby, yeah.
Gatsby, on the deepest depths of the void of my soul, I shall make you suffer until not even this mortal plane can exist.
Oh.
She's
pissed. Yeah.
I feel like she's being a little irrational. All right, fine.
Well, he just bailed on her after she blew up a building.
She set the place on fire.
Yeah, with her eroticism. Yeah.
Even the cat on the dresser.
Yeah. Panel 4, the entire apartment explodes in a fiery mess as the firefighters and many people attempt to flee.
This is
That's a page. That should be a page.
This is a perfect sentence right there. I love it.
Yeah.
There's no passiveness to it. The entire apartment explodes in a fiery mess as the firefighters and many people attempt to flee. That is a great sentence. So good.
I think that should be a splash page too. That'd be really cool.
I could see making that a splash page. Right?
Yeah. Just have the building just on the page. Yeah.
Page 6. Panel 1. Private library morning. Within Gatsby's luxury library, Gatsby is only wearing swim shorts, sandals, and sunglasses. As he faces his globe with a towel over his shoulder, as Guinevere walks towards him dressed casually. Over 50
Larry, you be Guinevere, man.
All right. I am taking the ball.
Usually I have not a moment's delay when it comes to travel, but seems I'm rather lost when it comes to deciding where.
You're rather Beach Boy Esquire this morning. Well, she's already saucy.
Can't a young man of over 100 years dress down from time to time?
Panel 2. Gatsby points to the globe, and Guinevere walks towards the globe.
Darling, I seem to be drawing a blink when it comes to where we're going for a moment of pleasantries today.
You're usually able to find your way through a ballroom blindfolded. Are you sure you haven't caught a cold? Oh!
I got the cold. Yeah. Darling, you know how I became... Darling, you know how I become when I'm lost of patience. Either spin that globe or find yourself training in a cell, lacking sight until mid. But Gatsby's a
Holy
dick.
shit!
He's kind of an abusive asshole. All right, fair enough.
When you put it that way.
Panel 3. Guinevere spins the globe. Behind her, Gatsby levitates as he places suntan lotion on. What? Okay.
Give me a nice swirl of a spin.
Panel 4, a close-up of the globe as it spins. Panel 5, a really good transition. Bright sunny day, Australian outback. Guinevere appears in shock, wearing a swimsuit. Okay. As she falls down from a waterfall. Okay. While Gatsby levitates above, seated sideways on his towel. Okay.
Gatsby.
Darling, I'm trying to relax. Keep your voice on silent, as the kids say. He's an asshole.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Page 7, panel 1. Guinevere splashes into a river spring where some kangaroos drink some water in the outback.
Yeah.
Panel 2, Guinevere's head is above the water as she is kicked, oh my god, by a kangaroo.
Poor Guinevere.
Breaking her neck, the end.
Yeah.
As Gatsby is still levitated and laughs at her from the bottom.
You dumb bitch. I realize that nothing like a swell laugh to uplift the swing of things.
Gatsby, you jerk. When I get you out, sorry. Gatsby, you jerk. When I get out, you're shrimp on the Barbie. She's turned Australian now, too. So.
Try harder next time, and the joke. Try harder next time in the joke with mate, and at least darling.
Okay.
All right.
Gatsby's ready to join the writers'
exchange. Panel 3, Gatsby helps Guinevere out of the river as the kangaroos hop away.
Hop, hop.
Fucking kangaroos.
Cheer up, dear. You don't get to visit down under every day.
If I knew this is how it would end up here, I would have never said no to training.
Panel 4. Gatsby has his hands wide open as he embraces the moment. Okay. As Guinevere, now dressed in very short cargo shorts, boots, and a bra, is in awe beside Gatsby, who is wearing cargo shorts, unbuttoned sleeveless cargo jacket, and a Crocodile Dundee hat. Kangaroos hop all over along with wallabies.
Wallabies.
I feel like there was a bit too much time skip in that last part.
Cheer up, darling. Enjoy the moment. We're in the great outback.
True, I shouldn't let a jerk like you ruin such a great place. God, Gatsby.
Panel 5, a close-up of Gatsby's legs, bitten by an eastern brown steak, stung by a scorpion, bitten by a monitor lizard, stung by a jellyfish, bitten by a tarantula, and bitten by a crocodile. At the same time?
Yes.
Or are they like chained together?
Wait, is the snake being stung by a scorpion, which is being bitten by a monitor?
Or are the animals not there and it's just the bites, but the artist is going to be challenged to go.
Yeah.
No, they all there, man. They all there. It's Australia,
I'm
man.
about that video where you see like the fish gets the worm, but the eagle gets the fish, you know? Like,
All right. They weren't lying when they said everything down under can kill you, huh, Gatsby?
No worries. They'll tire out once they figure out I'm not easily the dying kind.
All right.
Yeah.
Page 8. Panel 1. Gatsby and Guinevere are on the same hammock, which is being carried by 2 kangaroos while they keep flying.
And they say you can't get great service while venturing the wilderness, such poppycock.
Not everyone was blessed with magic, you know.
It has nothing to do with magic, my dear. I just have an impeccable way about living life.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Panel 2. Guinevere notices a large amount of smoke coming from the bush forest. Oh no, it's Viviax.
She's back. Something about that smoke coming from the bushes over there just doesn't sit well with me. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Let's follow your curiosity, darling. After all, curiosity killed the cat, not the
tourist.
Yeah.
Panel 3. Back to you. Gatsby and Guinevere stand as they stare at the bush, which is on fire. Kangaroos, wallabies, birds, and much more flee from the fires. Some animals pass them by.
Moments later.
Oh, I thought that said months later at first.
My word, this is horrific.
Panel 4.
It is.
Gatsby dressed in his magic uniform. What's up with these clothing changes? This is not a magical girl anime movie. Stop it.
Hey, sir. He's a wizard, man. You know, he's got magic.
Sailor Moon bullshit here.
Yeah.
Preston's always thought about being a wizard. You know?
He levitates with Guinevere into the burning bush. Both are surrounded by an energy aura as they see animals flee still for their lives.
This is just too hellish. It can't be a normal forest fire, Gatsby.
My dear, you might be onto something. Stay here while I press on and find the burning source behind all of this.
Well, it's going to be a Smokey the Bear crossover.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Page 9, panel 1. Gatsby flies deeper into the fire as Guinevere below. Oh my god. Okay, as Guinevere below helps a koala off of a burning tree. I read Guinevere blows a koala.
No, that's a John script. Sorry.
Yeah. Still surrounded by an energy aura.
Oh man, I got you, cutie.
Panel 2. Gatsby is above an Australian Caucasian man dressed in a shirtless ancient Egyptian attire. Sure. Who is seen on top of the tip of what appears to be a 9-foot Egyptian pyramid. Yep, pyramid. Sorry. Though bald hair made of flames as though that of magic. That was a clause. Seated in prayer chants.
What in Jiminy Cricket's ghost is Pyramid doing here in Australia, of all places?
What
Panel 3. New York Harbor, 1890. A young 10-year-old Gatsby faces and shakes a 10-year-old Jiminy Cricket. There is a Jiminy Cricket. There we go. A 10-year-old Jiminy Cricket hand. What does Jiminy Cricket look like? Both dressed very poorly based on the time period. Is it a literal fucking cricket?
I just want to say that Jiminy Cricket
is that a character?
is a Disney character, and they might not smile upon your use of him.
Disney very famously is lax with copyright infringement.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Caption:
Jiminy Cricket.
Years ago.
Nicky Ricketts. There you go. Nicky Rackets.
Hold on a second. That math doesn't work out. We were in the 1930s. 50 years later is the 1980s.
Yeah.
And then 100 years behind that is not 1890.
Well, it's the 1880s. It's just, all right.
Yeah.
You should probably change that to over 90 years ago. Although maybe you don't want Gatsby and Guinevere hanging out in the 80s. I don't know.
I mean, maybe we should just do some math and figure it out later.
Maybe. All right.
Yeah, math it out.
Calculators, man.
All right. Who's Jiminy Cricket? Skinny.
It could be Skinny.
All right, Skinny. You're Jiminy Cricket.
Gatsby, pal, I'm telling you, there's no chance you've all people, pal, will ever find your parents before I find mine.
Oh, yeah? The day there is a pyramid in Australia, you'll be right, you dog-faced dummy.
That's very specific, but I'll take that wager.
I love it.
That's awesome. Right.
Yeah. Panel 4, present day. The ghost of Jiminy Cricket. Still 50 years old in appearance, dressed casually, faces Gatsby, who is in shock, still in flight above the Australian man.
Jiminy Cricket, you're not looking too shabby for a ghost. What brings you back from the afterlife, old pal of mine?
You owe me money. No.
Yeah, no, literally.
You know me, not even death can stop me from collecting from a bet, buddy boy.
Johnny has a suggestion on how you can change the character too. There you go.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, bother. You still owe me money.
There you go.
Oh my
god. Yeah. So, what do I owe you besides a pulse and a heartbeat?
I can't see the line because of the comment there.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Classy making jokes about being alive to a ghost. Look, I called some of my ghost friends, so put on a good show, buddy boy.
All right.
Okay. Wow.
Panel 5. Gatsby dances on the stage in the sky, only wearing a kilt, beside two orangutans, wide hula dancers with coconut bras, as the ghost of Jiminy Cricket, the ghost of King Kong, the ghost of Elvis, and the ghost of Apollo Creed, and EVS riding a giant...
Elvis.
And
oh, wait, no, you're right, it is EVS.
are all laughing at Gatsby.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Laugh at once I meet you all in the afterlife. It won't be so funny.
Oh my god.
Okay, page 20 of 10. Panel 1, Gatsby is now back to wearing his magic uniform, seemingly angry, rubs his head as he dives towards the Australian Egyptian man. I mean, Australian Egyptian man as a phrase is weird and does not seem magically implausible and is very confusing.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like this skit I saw on Mad TV or SNL where they did Johnny, but with a Spanish accent.
Yeah.
There are modern Egyptians. They are real people.
Danny, you gotta remember, man, some of us are the leading Hispanics here.
Yeah.
So back to the okay, yeah.
Yes, who spots him and aims his hand towards Gatsby.
Back to the matter at hand after such embarrassment.
Okay, he's still
that
got a lot.
Damn Jiminy Cricket I always collect, making a fool of me. I swear on the parents I never knew I'll never knew they'll make him pay, even if it cost me my life to bring him back to life. Just to beat him proper, I'll give it all up.
Panel 2. Gatsby evades a fireball fired from the man's hand.
Almost made a hot tamale of me, but I'm in no mood for games, so this is your only chance. Speak up, fella, or I'll bury you alive.
Panel 3. 6 other shirtless ancient Egyptian clothes-wearing Caucasian Australians, people, each with hair made of flames, fly towards Gatsby from below, their waists covered in fire to project them as skyward like a jet's.
Like flaming cod pieces?
Basically.
Or, okay,
yeah.
Oh, damn it all. I can never catch a break. Just once, why can't it be just one with these dastardly bastards?
And that
on page 11, okay. All right. Well, Moby, your scripts are always entertaining. So this one delivers. You know, it's funny. You have a good imagination. You're certainly not afraid of taking risks. You go very interesting places. You have reinterpreted my characters in unforeseen ways. So I thought that was pretty enjoyable. All right.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
I'm just trying to make Skinny proud of me, man.
There you go. All right, Skinny.
I've let him down a lot of times.
All right, Skinny, give him the validation he desperately deserves.
There you go.
I love the bravery of this crossover by getting Jiminy Cricket, King Kong, and all of these other ones, and just saying, you know what? Fuck copyright laws. I wish we had more of that.
We got like Elvis and friggin' Rocky and it's like... What?
There's no litigious history between Preston and Ethan Van Sciver. We need to concern ourselves
No,
with. Let's
no,
just throw
no.
him in.
But I do have to ask.
Hey, you drawing out of shape white man riding a frog. People already know who it is.
But I do have to ask, how big are the titties going to be? Because,
There you go. Exactly.
There is a scale, apparently.
Yeah.
Of acceptable titty size.
There is a scale.
There is. Yeah.
I'm saying, Pamela Anderson from Baywatch.
There we go.
And Johnny, I gotta say, you have a very screwball style. I think that's a fair description of it. Larry.
Oh, it was definitely entertaining. I like like Skitty said, the boldness of just switching over into like this little comedic beat just all of a sudden, and then going back to the main story. That's very interesting. I've never really seen that done before. It definitely shifts the tone a lot, but not necessarily in a bad way. But... And then there was the kangaroos and the koalas and the everything. Yes. Yeah.
All right, Danny, what do we got?
I mean, your writing's clearly improved. The script looks like a script. It is as moldy as always. Your transitions between scenes have improved a lot. And it was very funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's also there's a story that you introduced successfully.
Yes.
People are doing a thing for a reason. There's a conflict. It's hopefully going to be explored in the subsequent pages.
Yeah. So, you've gotten.
It is an introduction to a book.
Yeah, you've gotten better. All right, constructives. Let's see. I mean, just from at the end of this, I'm going to be look at producing it and offering it to the Guinevere audience. So I gotta ask myself, like, okay, I mean, I'm going to be literally more invested than just casual stuff. So I feel like on-screen penetration might be.
Oh yeah, this started off as a porn comic.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to softcore porn route. You don't show the private.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, fair enough. But on like one panel, you got like you're calling out a specific description. So just make it a little more softcore.
Got to rein in the artist. That's all. So,
yeah, exactly.
Just guys, switch the angle around a bit there.
I don't want people to see me violated.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is why I never was allowed in the Boy Scouts.
Right.
I'm too pure for that.
Yeah. Now, technical note, you name her Vivian when she's a human, but pretty quickly she becomes Viviax. I don't know that he ever calls her Vivian, and I don't know the point of really calling her Vivian. If she's Viviax, and he knows she's Viviax, why not just call her Viviax?
Maybe it was a spellback thing.
Yeah.
Mental error.
Right. All right. So we start off. We got Gatsby and Viviax, and they're having sex, and then she sets the place on fire, and and he leaves, and she becomes enraged at the fact that
that he banged
left.
and bolted. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he kind of had a pretty decent excuse because. Like she burned the place down, but she was a little angry about that. And then so then we got Guinevere, and Guinevere is Gatsby's, arm candy as he goes gallivanting about the world in pursuit of leisure. And they decide to go down under, where he discovers the ghost of Jiminy Cricket, with whom he lost a wager about a pyramid being in Australia.
After he curses his name, by the way. He's like, the ghost of Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
It's like he summoned me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's definitely off the wall.
Yeah.
I feel like and I've read some writing before that you put, and you kind of tend to kind of stream of consciousness, and boom, this will be cool, but like it's more rewarding if you can bring it back and focus it on kind of one conflict or at a time. I guess I would want to say. So you introduce Viviax, then you introduce Guinevere, then you introduce all these other people, and I'm pretty sure Viviax is about to come in, and that's cool. I'm not sure what the other side characters are really doing for us.
Maybe they're summoning Viviax. I mean, Wolby's written this, so I'm sure we're going to find out soon enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, constructives. Skinny, got anything?
Oh, yeah, just tone down the sex a bit, man.
Yeah.
I gotta echo that one.
Just
a little bit. Like, I see my own dick enough. That's what I'm saying. It's always there. I can't get away from it. I don't need to see more dicks.
And look, like there's something unappealing about genitalia as rendered by like a $40 a page penciler. It just doesn't.
True.
Well, I ain't mean for the guy to draw it. It's just for the position,
Okay. Yeah.
That's really what it is. But but Skinny told me, man, you can't be writing for PBS. You got to write for HBO. So don't blame me. You blame Skinny.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Go ahead.
So I'm sure Frank's going to get you on character voice stuff. But, I mean, if you were writing for HBO, you did that very successfully for 3 pages, then wrote something for, what's the American version of YTV?
I think PBS. Isn't it PBS?
Nickelodeon, sure.
Nickelodeon, yeah.
Like, you did not sell the story you're actually giving us, which is a very fun screwball comedy that is actually very good. And yeah, like the Viviac stuff, like if you tone down the sex, it's like, okay, well, here's a weird, violent, magical incident in what's his name's life, and it's probably going to come back later. I'm sure these Caucasian, Australian Egyptians are going to summon Viviax, and she's going to be really pissed off that her ex-boyfriend is there, and it's going to be very funny. But yeah, like you start off with a sex and violence horror show, and then like every panel afterwards, everyone's like wearing completely different outfits. Those are not the same book. So, like, keep the crazy, but I mean, I'd really recommend making sure that those flow into each other better.
Very good. I mean, the thing I'm doing is, the first page is just showcase they're flying. There's some romance there, and the key moment is when she asks what they are. And then, she's a demon, so I'm thinking, man, if a demon had sex with a magician, it wouldn't just be there on the bed, man. Shit would catch on fire.
All of that was great.
Yeah.
It was the pornography, and then people probably dying as the building explodes.
Right. Which I gotta think would, I feel like you're kind of going for a comedic element. Like, it would be funny if they're having sex and fire starts shooting out everywhere, and some person
that was very funny.
Yeah, some person like the next department catches fire and like jumps out the window or something.
Yeah, the apartment building is on fire. The fire department's there. Everyone's going to be fine. Moving on.
I would even suggest to just take that entire scene and save it for a flashback for when Viviax actually does show up.
Oh, there you go. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
and then that way you can really set up and deliver on like the bitchy attitude of the the woman scorned and shit.
Yeah.
And if you've already done a flashback with Jiminy fucking Cricket, he's on here right now.
Let's give him a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, he's here.
Okay, so if he's done the flashback with Jiminy Cricket, a flashback with Viviax, no problem.
Well, you got a point. I mean, there's a scene later on. I could flip it. There's a way. But my thing is, with the hunger, you had the whole Guinevere thing. Preston had 5 books. To me, you want to. The tone of this one is different, man. Where Preston had it, they weren't together or any romance. I'm doing a more of a scorned woman approach, and then later on it'll be explained, that's a demon. Why would a demon be in love and all that stuff, So to me, I just want to start it hard first, man. Then, to me, that's where the editor comes in. If Preston or an editor would tell me, okay, man, she can't be naked, we'll put a bra on her and stuff like that. And, the scene she wakes up, you could leave certain parts to the imagination.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. There's always a way to do some minor edits,
There you go.
Yeah.
So to me, hey man, it's all welcome. I just want to firmly establish at the beginning, where Preston went his route. I'm gonna go my route a little, where I showcase there's a love interest between the Viviax character and the Gatsby character, and then you gotta, now that the reader's seen that, and if it's already a fan of the series, now they want to know why, and what's gonna happen and all that stuff, and then with the fact that I showcase, you go 30 years or whatever the amount of years is later, and the guy don't give a damn. I'm building up that this Gatsby guy's a jerk or something. I'm adding up a little emotion where that, the reader might have feelings for the Viviax. Yeah. She's right to be scorned. And, and later on when they come together, he'll explain more stuff, But at the same time, he kind of told her, man,
you got to have a bit more confidence in what you have written, man. All of that landed perfectly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Actually, yeah. Now that I think
that, and then you did it for 4 more pages than you had to, and it got weird and corny.
Yeah.
You trying to make Skinny proud, man.
You gotta have confidence in what you do, man.
Yeah. Actually, I think now that you've kind of described it a bit, I think having that really serious sort of opening kind of works because they're readers are more used to a serious tone with Guinevere books, right? Mm-hmm. So then you jump from that into this like goofy comedy, and it kind of throws people for a loop, and they're like, "What's going on?" So it's like a tonal shift right in the beginning of the story, and it kind of works that way. It kind of throws people off. It's a good artistic decision anyway, if you want to keep people on their toes, for sure. Yeah.
The orangutans, it's all here.
Skinny, man, just hang my name on the refrigerator and say you're proud of me.
Look,
yeah.
I was watching a video on comic tropes. Chris is a good guy. I enjoy his channel. And
that's some good stuff.
Yeah, he was talking about the writer and creator of Howard the Duck.
Oh yeah.
And fairly long, detailed video. I encourage everybody to go watch it. But he, in passing mentions the Howard the Duck movie from the 80s.
Yeah.
And how it had these crazy tonal shifts. How, like sometimes, oh, it's a kid's movie. And then, in other parts, oh, we're making sex jokes and we're showing lady duck nipples. And,
yeah.
Duck tits. Woohoo.
Yeah. And, like Howard the Duck was not regarded as like an awesome movie, and generally, like big tonal shifts tend to throw your audience.
Yeah,
generally
they do, but if they're done right, if you can kind of get that sweet spot, it kind of works too. But Yeah.
Well, has anybody here actually liked Howard the Duck?
Actually, you know what? It's kind of growing on me over the years because it's kind of bad, but it's like one of those movies you watch that's bad, so it's good, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. They have really good visual effects.
They did have good visual effects. Yeah, I'll give it that. Yeah.
I mean, you also got to add in the time that series came in. Been watching a lot of Comic Perch. I watch some trope here and there. A lot of times people will reference an older series, but they won't reference the fact that there weren't that many type of series by now. I mean, right now, damn near every tone has been done. You got series like The Tick, that never existed back in those 80s or 70s. You name it, we've experienced it. And the other thing is, while I was talking to some guys on the Discord, is that the average reader already knows, man. One problem we have in the comic community, and I think writers in general, is we're so zoned into our story, we act as though the average person doesn't know the beats. They know the story beats. I think I was talking to a couple guys about the biggest cliche we got in the comic book scene on YouTube is, oh man, you don't know where to jump on Spider-Man, issue 600, 900. Dude, people know Spider-Man's the good guy and whoever he's facing is the bad guy. You don't need to know more than that. As long as you know the tone of the story, the average person can already keep up. I think we've been trained, with this whole outrage culture to just not look at what people normally know. I mean, if, Danny was showing his book, just by seeing a few photos and where he angles the characters, I can tell, oh, that robot guy's the good guy. Those people might be piloting that thing. We've seen so many stories that, you can mentally put things together. You can piece it together, I think we tend to just think the reader's too stupid,
You're totally right for a lot of things. I mean, hilariously, and Larry will back me up here, the guy who's piloting the robot is not who you expect. But generally, like there are tropes, and that's what they're called. There are known story beats, right? Showing up in the middle of a Spider-Man story. If you know Spider-Man's the good guy and Spider-Man tells you what he wants and he has trouble getting it, that's a conflict.
Right.
Yeah.
And presumably Spider-Man is going to overcome whatever the challenges are and get what he wants, and that's the story people are expecting to read. And if you know Spider-Man really well, he never really gets what he wants, but he usually survives to live another day. Okay, but that's a Spider-Man story instead of a hero story, right? So, like, you're very, very right that you need to play within expectation. And the comment that's up, doing a fake out opening. Like, have you ever seen Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
Yeah.
Oh, that's been a while.
Yeah, that's got an anything goes opening, and you end up with an anything goes story. And like, where I'm seeing this right now tonally is like the first Ghostbusters movie, where it's like, it's funny and it's crazy, and you're doing comedy cuts, and there's some serious, dangerous stuff happening, right? So, you've introduced it successfully in your introduction. I hope it comes back in Act 2 now that you're past that section, right? Once you've got this action scene that you're about to do. And as long as the book comes back to it and resolves it meaningfully, you've succeeded as a writer. You've given people the story that you sold them, and hopefully it's been an interesting ride along the way. Right? Because like the thing that, I mean, maybe this is me. I read a lot, even as a writer. I read a lot. It's how I do my research, and I have a monthly comics budget to read what people are putting out. It's useful. I don't really care what happens in the story. I care about how it happens in a story. Like, that's what's interesting to me, right? Like, how does it happen? Why does it happen? How is the motivation working? Or like, is there a cool twist on this formula that's expected? That's the thing I really care about. It's a thing that you're really good at playing around with as a writer. And I'm glad to see that you're sort of exploring that in a tighter way.
Thank you, man.
That's a good point. Yeah.
When I hear Canadian advice, I just feel the spirit of the strong moose crossing the street.
Sure.
Respect you, Danny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And now with Skinny up in Washington State, like the majority
he might as well
of
be
this,
Canadian too.
he might as well be, yeah. It's becoming the Great White North writing circle.
I'm the anti-Canadian.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Sir, you eat that circle-shaped bacon. You eat it now.
I'm like the Antichrist, but I'm here to plant rudeness throughout the land.
By the way, good on you for seeing if the dispensaries could carry your Skinny comics. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I try to get that going myself.
That's my target audience.
Exactly.
But come to Skinny, man. I read it, but I was too stoned to remember what it was about.
Yeah. Get ready for some of those conversations. Skinny, man. I read Otis Stein. I loved it. What part you like? I don't remember. I don't remember the book. I just remember liking the book. Okay.
Hey, I'm happy with that, man.
Yeah.
I'm the Skinny. If you include a brownie in there, I might.
But all right. Well, that was the only script we had submitted. So next week, hopefully, there'll be more stuff. We can read some more Guinevere by Moby.
Yeah.
And all that. So awesome. All right. Well, again, link down in the description. Go check out Danny's book. Also, tomorrow on Kickstarter, I will be launching Palace of the Golden Princess, my fantasy book.
Yeah.
I've been passing that around. Danny's my editor, so he's already seen it.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good, right? Danny?
The script was great, so
yeah.
It came out well in the art. The letter stepped up and did some really cool stuff. Ediano Silva's pencils are just so good.
Yeah.
And it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous book. So I'm sure you've gotten a preview link from Preston already for this, and you should click that link. So that way Kickstarter emails you, so he doesn't have to annoy you so much. And you can spend more of his time trying to remind you that Cygnus Imperium is awesome.
Cygnus Imperium, exactly. I'm gonna be
selfishly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I worry when I do my email marketing. Day one of Cygnus Imperium, send out an email, 25% open rate, like cool.
Yeah.
But I notice, when I'm trying to push a project, there'll be a day where I send out an email and like few people open it and few people click, and I'm like, okay, they're tired of hearing about this thing. So I try not to hit them too hard. About one thing, but now I'll have multiple things. I'll be like, okay, now I'm going to talk about Cygnus Imperium, and a couple days later, here's Palace, and then maybe if and then John's going to be launching his Dragon Warrior. No, but not Dragon Warrior.
No,
he's going to be launching. Not Dragon
I just update the letters on that. Hold on.
What is it called again? Yeah.
Spirit of the Dragon.
Spirit of the Dragon. There
Spirit
we go.
of the Dragon. Right. Ninja High School Nazi something.
Yeah. So I may end up throwing some plugs in there. So if you're on my email list, you're going to be seeing a lot more diversity than you're used to. You're going to be seeing, here's a pressing project. Here's a not pressing product. Here's a not pressing product. Here's a pressing product. Here's a like one day, another day, or another day. So.
It's almost like people are making things and putting them out and shipping them, and it's like what? Yeah.
What? We're not getting shit done. That's
I know.
We're not waiting for 2 years for another frog book. You
can't save the industry by putting out books. You have to bitch and moan on YouTube constantly.
That's right. You don't save the industry by releasing videos and talking about saving it.
That's right. Yeah,
everything.
And
these goddamn SJWs.
The whole outrage
I'm tired of eating woke flicks.
Tired. And I gotta say, both sides really seem to be rather fatigued of all the outrage content.
Yeah.
They're just like, my God.
I mean, as one of those goddamn SJWs, I'm still tired of outrage content.
Well, I mean,
that's why I'm just making fun books, man.
Yeah.
If the industry was a little girl trapped in the well, she would have been dead years ago.
I mean,
wait. You know what? That's actually the parody of Comicsgate that needed to write, which was like a Lassie parody where the dog runs up.
Oh my god!
What's wrong, Lassie? Yeah. Like those goddamn SJW.
SJWs put the industry in the well.
Yeah.
Man, dude, man, you got
Lassie, let's make a YouTube channel.
Yeah. Are you gonna rescue the woman in the well? No, I'm gonna make a video of that.
Canine actress, no secrets.
Oh shit.
Dude, man, the thing is, man, all it takes is for you to look up the 999 and this is it. Is this you? The hypocrisy in the industry. It's really become, man, they're SJWs when they do it, and we're trying to save the industry when we have bad art and a horrible script. You know what I'm saying?
And we don't treat our customers well at all. So.
No, not at all. No.
Sir, they're not customers. They're just loyal. What they call the people that go to church. You know what I'm saying?
Cultists, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So, before this turns into general bitch fest, I'm going to go ahead and close this video out. I will hope to see everybody next week. Thank you very much for your time.
Wait, hold on. You got to remember, man, Preston, Jesus didn't come yet, so didn't your books when you ordered them on Indiegogo.
There you go. Except.
Just keep waiting.
Except, I posted an update yesterday for Of Time and Space, #1 on Indiegogo.
Finally.
The fulfillment was complete after 2 years.
After 2 years. Yeah.
2 years.
Oh. Hey, man, you can wait for Jesus. You can wait for a comic, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But all right. Next time, everybody. See everybody next week. Take care. Bye.
Yeah.
Night, everybody.